Welcome to another number one podcast that helps you pass time. And how do we do that? We do that by inviting folks like Ella here. I'm pretty excited because I was like, man, that's what's up. We got an Air Force person on.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. My name is ella.elisara. I am from the village of Ili, American Samoa, born and raised all 19 years of my life until I joined the Air Force back in 2003, August of 2003. I joined the Air Force and I was a military cop equivalent, I guess is what the Army calls it.
Yes.
And I've done that for a whole 20 years in the Air Force.
Wow. Mm-hmm. As an MP?
As an MP. Don't ask me how I did it. We were raised different back in Samoa. So, tough skin and everything. Whatever they threw at us, we were able to take it. And we ran with it. You adapt, overcome, and you conquer.
So real quick, was that so for the MP, right? The MOS MP, was that something that you chose, or that just something that you was, that's what they gave you? That was your job.
That's what I chose.
Oh,
so
nice. Okay.
When I came in, when I signed my papers, I asked to be a law enforcement officer, not the security aspect of. But that's, I didn't know anything. My parents were in the military. So I had to figure everything out on my own. I wanted to be a cop like my dad. So I chose to be a law enforcement officer. Little did I know the career field, they combined our career field at the time. So it was both security and law enforcement.
Okay.
And I started up at the gate, checking ID cards.
What you didn't want to do, you ended up doing.
Exactly. And I pretty much had to climb my way up in order for me to get inside that patrol car and patrol like I wanted to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
To be like a detective?
I wanted to be a detective, and then I realized I wanted a family. So I chose having a family over being a detective or I guess a special agent.
You were aware that the hours that you had to put in the commitment was a little bit more than what you wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we call it, so we are defenders in the Air Force. We are called security forces members. We are defenders of the force. So we're already working crazy hours. We get called in, we have training. So there's a lot of demands. And then having to maintain a family on the other hand, it was just too much. So I squashed even thinking about, joining OSI or just any kind of investigative,
Yeah.
But yes, I am a widow. I have 4 kids. My oldest is in the Navy. Oh, no worries. It happens, But my oldest boy, he's in the Navy. And then I have 2 girls and my youngest is a boy.
Nice.
Yeah. So here I am. So I didn't have any thoughts of getting married at all. It was not all I wanted was to take off of my career and pursue what I wanted. I had goals. However, things change, I met the guy of my dreams and I was like, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
And then, we agreed to settle down and had kids, and then the rest was history from there. I was like, all right, I got to raise a family and then I'll put my career on the back burner until my kids are a little older and we have some sort of a steady routine where I don't have to worry about who's going to watch my kids or if they're going to eat or whatever the case may be,
Man, so you put your career on a pause. Well, you were still in the service.
Yes.
But it took a few years before you started doing your own career.
Yes.
And that's a tough one too, right? Especially when you
it is.
Yeah.
Or it was. It was a tough one because everybody, I see people that I've been that have served the same time as me promote and are given different opportunities because they are more accessible compared to me as a mom. So there are a lot of things that I wish I could have done, but I wouldn't trade it for the life that I had.
Exactly. I mean, your kids, you know.
Yeah, like it was good having kids, and it's crazy because you tend to lose people along the journey too, because they want you to party, they want you to go do this, they want you to be somebody that you're not, you know.
Yes.
As far as being in the military, and you're forced to act a certain way, and
so you had to grow up fast. I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how old were you when you decided you and hubby decided to lock it in and start a family?
I was 23.
23, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got pregnant. So I got pregnant at 19. Here's the funny story. I was supposed to join the Army. I joined the Army. After high school, they shipped me off to basic training. You know, we went through MEPS and everything, found out I was pregnant.
Was it during boot camp or was it like?
No, it was at MEPS when we were doing our physical before we went to boot camp.
So wait,
yes.
Hold on. So it wasn't even a lover from high school. It was like just a guy you met during a Met.
Oh, no. It was a guy from high school. It was who I thought was my high school sweetheart at the time.
Which was, your high school sweetheart at the time. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, at the time.
Yep. You know, it goes like that for a lot of us. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Just that one time got me good.
We live and we learn.
Did it.
One time. Dang. So now and then transitioning. So you was on your way to the Army, and then how the heck did you go from the Army then elevate to I don't want to disrespect other branches and stuff. Just transition to the Air Force.
The Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
So I always give God thanks for it because He gave me. I call it a blessing when I got pregnant with my son, my oldest, because it not only stopped me from going to 9/11, it was the same year 9/11 hit.
That's right.
Yep. So it not only stopped me from going to 9/11, it made me think, and I had to shift my priorities to now it's not about me. I have a little human being that's going to wait for mom,
Yes.
And I started looking around. I was like, I can't do the Army. I can't do all the physical aspects that they want me to do because I always still want to enjoy life. And it's not just enjoying life, it's the quality of life provided. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And not to talk bad about the Army, they're all about physical. It's all about the physical aspect in the Army, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing my research. Air Force recruiters came down, and then we started talking. And then it's funny because at the same time, one of the guys from the village just retired from the Air Force. And I asked him, I picked his brain. I was like, what do you like? Tell me what it is, because I don't want to join the Army. I don't want to join the Marine. I thought about the Navy, but I'm not really leaning into it. I still want to do I still want to serve in the military because I want degrees. Mm-hmm. The whole reason I didn't get a scholarship. I didn't want to go to ASCC because I knew what I was capable of. I'm just going to go drink, have fun with my friends, party, and not get anything out of it. Mm-hmm. I was ready to pursue my dreams and just go and do me with no distraction, no nothing. And so he started telling me about the Air Force, all the perks, the life and everything. And I was like, okay, cool. Do you know any recruiters? I'm ready to sign up. And so it's funny because, so you know how it is in Samoa when you get pregnant as a young female and you don't get married, you are shunned from pretty much everything, the whole world. You are looked at as, I don't want to say like
the way you're painting the picture. Yeah. In Samoa, being pregnant at a young age, a lot of times, it's a quiet thing that the family will, if you have a good, if your family has money, they're able to send you out to America and live with the family out in America, kind of quiet thing. But yes, you understand the how tough it was, especially in 2000, the early 2000. It was still,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I give a lot of credit to my parents because they faced it with me. They faced the shame and everything and all the bad talking and all the negative, the name calling. They faced it with me. They were right there. My mom held her head strong. My dad, the only thing, my dad, he didn't talk to me, but the only thing he asked me was, do you want to get married to the guy? And I said, no. He's like, okay, you do understand what's going to happen. I said, yes. And I'm willing to face it. I said, I'm going to do my job and I'm going to make you proud. Just watch me. And so I went and did everything on my own. I was already legal, to sign my papers. So I signed my papers. That evening, I told my dad, and Hawaiian Air only flies twice a week, right?
Correct. Yep.
I left that night. I told my dad in the evening, I said, Dad, I'm leaving for the Air Force. He said, when? I said, tonight. I'm going to my physical. He started crying. He said, why don't you just stay home? Why don't you just do this? I said, I know what can hinder, my goals. I know me. And so in order for me to do something and make you proud after the way I tarnished our family name, leave and never look back. I said, just watch me. Let me go and let me do my thing. And I promise you, I will make something for you.
Wow.
Just give me some time. I came and I never looked back.
And hats off to you. Hats off to you. So you joined the Air Force. You were pregnant at the time, or you were how far along were you at the time?
No, I had to give birth. And I had to give up guardianship before I could go to training and everything. So yeah, after I had him, I left December, when I did my physical, and I came back. And it was one of those things where, I'm just going to go, check out the Air Force and see what they got. And then, I'll be back kind of thing. Like, they didn't know anything. My parents did not know that I joined the military and was going through all this. And all they said was, oh, you better not do anything, to repeat the same thing that happened. I was like, they kept throwing that in my face. And I was like, this is never going to end. It's never going to end. And just them saying that over and over again, I already get, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already get all this from the village ladies, the church ladies, because they're so kakala, And now I got to get it from my parents.
Which religion were you at?
Kaiki. Christians. Yeah.
Well, they're all bad. I mean, not you know what we're saying, coconuts, but we're talking about
oh my gosh.
The judgment, man. The judgment. That's some old shit. My bad. Well, something like a call. No, I'm gonna make a call line. Let me focus.
We can make a call on the side.
My bad. So we were talking about the Air Force transition. So you got to the Air Force, and then you're doing MP. That's crazy.
Yeah, deployed to Qatar, LED, Bagram, Afghanistan, and then Kosovo. Been to Korea twice, different bases for a whole year. Each tour.
Did you do the whole 20, or you did a few years and you got out?
I did the full 20.
Oh man, salute! I got to drop a $5 for you. But man, that's what's up. Your whole 20, not only that you're a vet, you did the full service. So just a little bit more about the military side, just to educate our coconuts. What are the bad, the ugly that you had to face? The stuff you had to go through, the hurdles that you had to go through. Man, let our youngsters and ourselves know to prepare them. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I mean, you had to face a lot of adversity, pretty much. You were not only a female, the thing. Not only a female, you're a brown female, you're a minority. So you have to deal with that stuff, and you have to prove yourself. You have to step up and you have to dominate. You have to tell them that this is who you're going to compete with, and I will not back down until I reach the top. And then you keep climbing. You put your head down, you do what you got to do, dot your I's, cross your T's. Don't let nobody, and don't give in to the temptations. And you're going to be hated for that. A lot of people are going to hate you. A lot of people are going to talk about you. A lot of people will disagree, and that's fine. Make friends, but make friends with the right, hang out with the right crew. Surround yourself with the right people. Don't surround yourself with always drinking. Oh, let's go party. It's good to party, but play hard, party hard. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're going to party, at least you have to match that. One thing can't be more than the other. Well, it can be. Play hard. Yeah. Study, have goals. Set your priorities straight. That's the thing. And what stands out, what kept me going was, of course, and it sounds cliche, but in everything you do, always put God first and keep your faith.
Amen to that.
And you have to do it. Do it for where we come from. We're Samoans. We're minorities, but let me tell you, we take over everything. Like Kiki and Maingi. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Like Kiki and Maingi. Yep. We may be minorities, but when we shine, we shine.
Yes.
And nobody can say. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah. So it's just, there's a lot that you have to, your mindset. You have to focus on your mindset. Shift your mindset. Like, don't let them, just because they close one door doesn't mean that's it for you. Because I had to do a lot of self-reflection. I had to do a lot of it got to the point where I was doubting my abilities. And the me that left Samoa was like, oh, ain't nobody can tell me nothing, because I know what I can do and I'm going to do it, for my parents, for my village, for my island, for my culture, and for God, Like, you have all these things, God, family, your village, you have these things that you have to look forward to, and you have to, it's your family name. You make them proud. I mean, you don't want headline news, or whatever, for whatever happened, in the military. You want the headlines to be like, oh, have reached another milestone, or first ever to do this. Like, have goals, and set milestones. You achieve that, and you aim for the next best thing, and you keep going, But it was challenging at first. It was hard to be heard. And you have to keep going. You have to keep pushing. It felt like I had to prove myself each and every time. I was limited on opportunities because of my accent. And my accent was a very off back then. It was very strong. And I didn't know. I thought I could speak English because we spoke English in Samoa, but it's not all the time. In school we were taught, and so we were able to understand and speak it.
Correct.
But I didn't know that my accent, I had an accent, and it was pretty thick to where they couldn't understand some of the words. I had to enunciate, and I had to train myself and read and hear how people pronounce it. H is what I said. They would tell me, no, it's H, or you know what I'm saying? They would correct them. I'm like, okay. Right. And so I had to go educate myself all over again, because there was nobody else to tell you. Nobody else gonna hold your hand. It's either they laugh at you or they say, no, we can't understand you. And so you have to figure it out. And you can't just let them shut the door on you and you turn your back and you go sit down. No, let them shut the door on you. You turn around and you go educate yourself. You make yourself better. And you come back 10 times like 10 times more better than who you were the last time you were at the door.
What were some of the things that helped you? Like you mentioned reading books. Were there other things like, I used to always like listen to music or like TV shows, like mimic what they're saying just to pick up the language? Because, or was it a lot of just, talking back and forth with the people you were around with that helped
it
you
was
with your...
talking back and forth with people that were able to help me.
Nice. Were there a lot of people that helped? I mean, there was a lot of negative, but there was also,
yes. So there's a lot of bystanders and those who, laugh behind closed doors, or those who tell you that you ain't good enough. And then there are other people, and those are the ones you want to connect with, the ones that say, hey, this is what I got. What do you need help? Or, hey, don't worry about it. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like when they, and you have to find those, not necessarily go out of your way to find it, but you have to really sit and observe and look at your surroundings, look at the people that actually are there without saying anything. They are there for you 24/7. You don't even have to ask them to do anything. They just do it. Those are the people you want to notice, like you have to really observe, and you look at those people and you're like, okay, I am going to gravitate towards that person and I can ask them questions. They know the job. They're very good at it. They can interpret things and kind of understand or have the patience to relate to what you're saying and kind of explain it and train you.
So your strength was you was always asking questions. You were not afraid.
Oh, I don't have a problem. If I messed up, I will own up to my mistakes and I'll ask questions. And it can be annoying. And there were people that were annoyed by it, but I didn't care. Like I didn't. How do you expect me to learn it? Like I didn't just jump out of the womb and knew everything in the Air Force. You know what I'm saying? Like just because your experience, you want to leave that for the next person that's going to take your spot. You don't want to hold on to the information.
I can only imagine it was so tough, especially the time you joined, because even that time too, this whole awareness for women wasn't even.
It wasn't a thing.
I remember.
Oh my gosh, man! Let me tell you, and they and being a cop training for a security forces member, it's a lot of physical and mental.
Yeah.
And coming from Salmo, my dad raised me. I'm a daddy's girl. I went and popo, balu popo. I was outside, like so physical. That part of the training wasn't nothing. And my mom always talk a lot of smack and call me names. So that helped with my mental.
Yeah, to deal with it, because there was a lot of name calling and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of sexist and racist.
Yes. Because there was a lot of sexist and racist.
Air forces are dominated by whites at the time too, which is still are, right?
Male dominant. Yep.
Male and white.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they will always say, well, I don't know why females, you can't even do that. You're a female. Oh, watch me. I don't think you understand. This female is not the same as the other female.
There's a level of pride and ignorance that the Air Force folks have.
You're not wrong. It's true. No. Like to the T.
Yeah. I'm aware. Never served, but I'm aware. I've been around military families, and I am a military family. Been around that for so long that I see it, But yeah.
Shoot. But we're not all like that. Those are those. I don't like those people.
There's more of them than you.
Yes, there's more of them than us that are like, okay, it's like, calm down.
Yeah. Hey, but it is what it is. That's just part of structure. That's life. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And then you talked about that, yes, even though you were pregnant at a young age, to the outside of the culture that wasn't, we were brought up to like, thou shalt not, fornicate or whatever, and yada, 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 get married, then you get a baby. But it actually was a blessing for you. It was because it really made you mature, made you focus on your whys.
Mm-hmm.
And then also when you got married too, when you found the man of your life, it really helped you to segregate yourself and to hang out with the right people, especially with your husband and kids, so it allows you to focus and stuff. And you did your 20 years, and then after your 20 years, you jumped to what business? Are you a business owner? What are we talking about here?
So after 20 years, I wanted flexibility. I didn't want nobody to tell me what to do, where to be at. And so I decided to get my real estate license. I got it, and now my license is hung with Keller Williams Elite here in OKC, the best company.
Kelly Williams.
Best broker. Yep.
Just Keller like this Williams. Podcast is the #1 podcast, baby.
Hell yeah.
You got to say what you say it with your chest.
That's right.
Why real estate? You went from MP. Quelle 360 man.
I know. I never. But you know what? I've always been interested in real estate. Don't ask me why or what piqued my interest. I almost got out of the military the last time we were stationed here in Oklahoma, and I was going to pursue real estate.
Nice.
But at the time, my why was different. It was, I'm tired of getting called in. I'm tired of being overworked and not enough days with my family. And living on paycheck to paycheck, that wasn't enough, to raise my family and have play money to go and enjoy. I was like, well, we got to make some money. Like, I just want to be done with this and go sell real estate and get that fast money. And I was like, I don't know if they offer the same benefits as the military does. Like, I do complain at times because of the long hours and everything, but I will never beat that. Like, the benefits that come with it, as I think it's pretty good. I don't have to worry about medical.
You're talking about military compared to getting out and just real estate.
Yes. Because I didn't have to worry about like paying for medical. Yes, we have our checks and everything, but we are given entitlements. Going to real estate, you're getting the commission, but you're splitting with your broker. And then you still have to figure out your medical, figure out your dental, vision, your family stuff, and then insurance on top of that, and taxes. In the military, I didn't have to worry about that,
Yes.
Everything was done for me. All I had to do was call an appointment or go to the doctor. I didn't have to call nobody and be like, oh yeah, can you send a referral or can you do an authorization so I can go see a specialist? No, everything is done for me, They pay me to go live in a house. They give me money for food,
So that was your it outweighs. So that's why I'm gonna stay 20 years and then I'm gonna get out, get to retirement, still get the medical background and now the benefits. And now you're doing real estate. How long you been doing real estate for?
I just let's see. I tested in May. So going on a year.
Nice.
Going on a year. But here's the thing. Actively doing real estate, not so much, because as soon as I retired, I wanted nothing but time with my family.
Of course.
So we traveled, we enjoyed vacation. We went, like, anytime my kids needed me, I was available, Nice. They didn't have to worry about nothing. They didn't have to worry about having to clean up and take themselves to bed while their mom's at work on a night shift. They didn't have to worry about nothing. They knew that if they called me, I would be there. If they need me to drop them off to school, I was there. If they want to go somewhere, we were going. We were just getting up and go for the weekend, We would fly wherever we want, and I didn't have to worry about that. Now, after enjoying all that, I am committed to getting some sales done,
You gotta have some return of investment. You gotta fill up the pockets. Yes. Yeah. Hey, that's why everybody works, right? We enjoy the splurging, so you gotta work hard and enjoy, and spend it. Spend it however you want to spend it. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. What is your what's your advice for our young coconuts? You know, those that are interested in real estate or realtor.
Ooh.
What is the proper way to say it? Address you guys.
Either or, real estate agent or realtor.
You know what? See, that was a debate I had with my buddy because we had literally a debate about that, and I know they call it real estate. I was like, I thought it was just realtor, but you know, so real estate, realtor, any of those is the name, the title.
Any of those. Yep. There are certain. I mean, there are things that you have to achieve before you can be called a realtor, but it's not like it's a must. You know. You're still called a realtor regardless. You're a realtor, you're a real estate agent. But when you start off after you get your license, you're a provisional. So you still have to complete certain courses in order for you to become a sales agent. And that's when you're like a real estate agent.
And that's where the big money's at.
That's where the big money's at.
So that's like the pilots of the Air Force.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what's up though. And you are a actual realtor.
Yes.
Damn, talk heavy. You got your license. How many houses have you sold, if you don't mind me asking, for the year of 2023?
I don't have any houses. Like I said, like I'm now committed to, like this year I started committing to my business.
Okay.
Yeah. The first half of the year I was committed to my kids spending time. I get it.
Nice.
Yeah. So after our Christmas and New Year's, I was like, all right, it's time to crack down and start making some deals so we can go enjoy another Christmas vacation.
There you go. Or a summer vacation, right? Because all you got to do is sell like a $500,000 house. You good?
Right? But yeah, your business is all on how much you put into it. So, because they don't pay you nothing and you don't pay, you just pay your dues. That's it. But what you do is up to you. It's up to you and how hard you want to work and the money that you want, you know?
You know, for us coconuts, the lazy ones like myself, I always like to put myself on there. Sometimes I don't even want to Google it. I like to YouTube it just to watch tutorials and people breaking down, exactly, instead of me trying to do my research. What are some of the steps that you can give our coconuts as far as like, to go this path that you're going to kind of save us the step of trying to do our own research? What books do we need to test that we're supposed to take? What do we need to prepare ourselves for to get it, to become a certified realtor?
Well, everybody has a different learning ability and everybody's got a different level of learning. What I may say, because I'm the type of person where I have to go and do it. I just have to jump in 2 feet. And if I fail, I fail, but I will learn something. And every time I fail, I will learn something and I get better at it. It's just putting yourself, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's how you grow. Watching YouTube, I fall asleep watching YouTube and listening because not everybody can, has that like that true voice, where it gets you like an inspirational voice where it gets you engaged. Some of them are like, oh, why am I doing this to myself?
Hey, that's your own perspective on life, all right?
Yeah, but that's me. There are books. I had to read. And I was focused more on the legality stuff because I'm not trying to have Uncle Sam pull money out of my bank account.
No, you saying legality. What is that? I don't even know what that is.
I focus on the legal aspects. Like I don't want, as a real estate agent or a realtor, I don't want, like when I make a commission, I don't want to do anything that's going to cost my commission. Yeah. I'm trying to feed my family, not have them come take it because I did something wrong that I didn't know.
And knock on your door. Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't know. So educate yourself is paramount. However you do it, whether you like reading, if you learn by reading, read. If you learn by watching YouTube videos, do it. Whatever sparks that flame, that pushes you and motivates you to want to know more and want to learn more, do it.
But what are the steps? What are the steps as a realtor to get your license? What is there a test?
To get your license?
Yeah, to get your license.
Yes. So you have to do a pre-license course. And there are different, you can Google, it depends on the state and their requirements. And then you have to Google whatever. Sometimes they have like in-person class in state or virtual online classes.
Okay.
And then you have to have a budget. Shoot, like some of those classes are like $600, $700.
Oh, wow.
For a pre-license. I did mine. See, I'm cheap.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to say, man. Let us know, because we're all cheap. Well, majority, at least 20 more is.
Look, you gotta be smart when it comes to your money, because you're not making any sales yet. So you have to go and I had to do my research, and I started looking on TikTok. I love TikTok. Okay, follow me on TikTok. I'm Psalm One Beauty. So
Psalm One Beauty. Okay.
I'm on beauty on TikTok. I look on TikTok. I look on Instagram. I Google. I go on Facebook to find something that's either like $20 a month, $30 a month versus $700 for the whole pre-license course. Because I did my pre-license for, let's see, I did it in 3 months, and it was $60. So I paid $60 for my pre-license course, and that came with the exam. And then once I was ready, I got my certificate for my pre-license with whatever university you go to. You submit that to whoever your commission, I guess, whoever does the real estate commissioning office in that state. So you go through them, and then you have to pay a fee. And my fee was like, what, maybe once. You pay a fee. Oh, no, you pay a test. You have to pay for your test. And I think mine was like $60 for my first test, which I failed. But that's okay.
And there's a waiting period, or there's not a waiting period?
No. So there's no waiting period. If you fail, you can, here in Oklahoma, if you fail, you can go back and reschedule the same day. So you can reschedule for the very next day, whatever availability they have, you can schedule it for. But I did mine online, everything online, because I didn't want to wait in line. I didn't want to wait for another week if you go in person. So I did it, and they do like the test proctor thing where somebody's watching you while you take your test.
Okay.
So yeah, so I took it 3 times. And that's the thing, like the question, it's about 120 questions. But think about it, 120 questions in, I think, 2 or 3 hours. 3 hours? I don't have the patience to sit through 120 questions. So anyway, tired. But you have to push through, and after you take your first test, like me, I took my first test, I failed. I went and reviewed the questions that I missed. And then I went back and took another test. I kept doing that. And then up until I passed my test, and that was it. The course don't really teach you how to be a real estate agent. It just gives you like the textbook knowledge.
Of the codes and all that stuff when you're filling out the paperwork?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What goes on in the state, like the paperwork, the different financing options. They have you do math too, math problems. But it doesn't teach you what you should be doing as a real estate agent. Because after I took my test, got my license, I had no idea. I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know how to approach people. I didn't know nothing about being a realtor. So I had to continue. And that's why I love Keller Williams. They have training for new agents, and it's an ongoing thing. And they have coaches, they have mentors. So they guide you through, and they help you through each step of the way until you become, an expert.
Nice. Do you have any community like Samoans or Polynesians that you in your area that you work with? So
we have a community here. A Facebook community, and I've reached out and zero response. But there are some ones in the area that I'm familiar with and I'm friends with on Facebook. And I would just put it out there like, hey, just a reminder, I'm a real estate agent. If you know anybody or if you have anybody that have any questions or just need some information or looking to buy, sell, or invest, just let me know. I can help you out.
But how big is the community out there as far as Polynesians? Is it pretty big? Decent amount? We're talking about comparison to like maybe Tacoma or can't say LA.
Tacoma's a lot bigger.
Okay. Alaska?
So Fort Sill, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from here, the community over there is a lot bigger compared to here in OKC.
Okay.
Yeah, OKC, we have a little bit. We're all spread out.
Gotcha. So there's
no. Yeah.
So you're just working with anybody, right? As far as like just selling houses and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's very informative. That's all the questions I got, Ella. I mean, you haven't even sold a house yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So, yeah. But you already got your real estate. These are just extra money just so you can go splurge.
Pretty much. Like, this is just play money. I think that's why like I'm not as active as I should be, is because I know I have a paycheck. Like, I'm not hungry, I'm good.
And you're a widow.
Yeah.
Was hubby in the service too?
No, he's straight civilian.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, you're good.
Sorry for your loss. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No problem. You have any questions for the Uce Podcast?
No, but share it with me so I can shoot it out. I'll post it on my TikTok, my Facebook, my Instagram.
It's just Uce. You just go WHY Uce. UCE. Yep.
Okay.
That's all it is on TikTok. You'll see us on there. We just started too. We literally just started we started with WeFobs. That's another Polynesians company. And then we did maybe like 49 episodes with them. Then we finally comfortable to do ours. So big ups to the WeFobs for helping me and Queen get this Uce podcast going. And yeah, man, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna look you up. I'm gonna look out for you. You said Psalm 1 Beauty?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Psalm 1 _beauty.
Oh, okay. And when you said it earlier, I was looking like, Kelly, you Psalm 1 Beauty. There's Psalm 1 Beautiful. There's Psalm 1 Beauty.
Oh, no. It's Psalm 1 _beauty.
No, you good.
I'm just used to saying, hey, it's Psalm 1 Beauty.
No, you good, man. Yeah. But Ella, man, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your servicing our country and just, educating our coconuts, because you overcome a lot, it's Women's History Month and stuff. So we thank you for everything that you do for our country and just be able to persevere, from pregnant at a young age. You was pregnant in high school, or was it out of high school?
I found out after high school.
Dang, but still though, that's still like wafa'u. And then now you're pregnant, you haven't even started your life, and you persevere off of that, and then you join the military. And I never was in the military, but just being around the family military, I can only imagine the stuff you have to go through: racism, sexism, dealing with the man's world, and just all that. And then look at you right now. I mean, you can just tell from your aura that you're just full of energy. You got your kids, you got 2 of them in the military. I believe you said 1 or 2 of them in the service. One already in the service, doing this thing, Navy. How come he didn't go to the Air Force?
I don't know.
He was just like, I'm gonna try something. Hey, kids are kids, right?
Yep. I tell them like Air Force is better.
Yeah.
And I will tell everybody that. I will always, if you're thinking of joining the military, I'm not saying other branches are not good. I'm just speaking on Air Force as a quality of life. Like, you don't deploy and go to a tent. You deploy and go to an actual room with an AC, a shower. You eat food. You don't eat MREs. When you go to training, When you're out, look, I am not kidding. Like when you at deployed locations.
Oh, you're gonna get a lot of hate comments.
At deployed locations, in the gym, we have Wi-Fi. So I am always gonna preach Air Force because of the quality of life. Like, you're not missing out on contacting your family when you deploy.
We're gonna have to get Smack on here. I'm gonna have to get some Navy Usos up here. You know, I would love to go ahead and host a debate. Let's go ahead and just duke it out right now. let's get everybody I know. And Bob,
awesome, though.
That would be awesome. It'd just be a whole lot of laughing and everything. Like, who's got it better?
You know, they're gonna talk so much smack about the Air Force. They're gonna say that we're crybabies. They're gonna say, and that's because guess what? I'm still flying high. I don't have to worry about getting my nails dirty.
Hey man, this is just like, and when I was in South Korea, you know, I know a lot of the Army talk smack, but everybody loves going to Osan.
See? They always go there. They're taking up all the rooms in our hotel.
There you go.
I got a question. The podcast?
Yes.
Just tell them, because I got a couple that were asking about it.
So
just tell them why Uce.
Yeah, just tell them why Uce, WHYUCE. And again, our thing is just bringing people like yourself, regular average Joe. I don't give two shits about famous people, because I see a lot of our people, not just our people Samoans, but Polynesians. Fuck everybody. Like, I admire us, like just the regular, you know, blue collars. It's like, you ain't gotta be rich, man. We're living our life too. You know what I'm saying? Just like me and my wife. And we're having a good life. And I just want to share that to our youth, our generations. Like, you know, college, some of us are not meant for college. Some of us are not meant for athleticism. But there's still opportunities out there. Don't sell yourself short. So our focus is on small business owners, entrepreneurs, and content creators. Like TikTok, like medical me on YouTube and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I'm pretty confident that you're gonna like our content when you see the people that we've already interviewed. And then of course we also try to do like motivation speech quotes. So you'll see a lot of motivational quotes on there. Just, you know, having positivity, because when we grew up, as you know, in our age, you know, remember that time, that was like the West Coast, East Coast beef. The Bad Boys versus the the Dr. Dre and all that shit. So Tupac, all that kind of shit. So we were so like blinded by that, thinking that was the way to go. Be a gangster, be yada yada yada. Finding out like, dude, there ain't nothing wrong with just being Samoans, being happy, being ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, the world needs more of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's what we're pushing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I
love that I got the opportunity. I appreciate it. I mean, I kind of hesitated when Edie hit me up. I was like, no, I don't like talking about myself. I don't like being in the front. Like, I'll support everybody else.
See, you just said that. You just told me, no, it's important to let yourself out. Let people know who you are.
See,
no, I get it.
That's what I mean. Like, I'll tell people that all day. I got you.
Hey, do what I say. Just don't do what I do.
Don't do what I do.
Like, you can do it. Like, no, I don't want to go. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. When are the others ready? Are the other interviews ready?
They're already up.
Really?
Yeah, we already have look at Why Uce. You can listen to us on podcasts, anything, iHeartRadio, Spotify, like any social media that you listen to. That's video, the video ones, you find us on the YouTube. Mainly YouTube will have our video clips, but that we interview people, you know. So this month is Women's Month, you know, your guys' month. I'm still there like Samo Polo, like, say, boring, can I interview with you girls? But you guys are actually the ones that are helping our followers.
We bring the party with us.
Totally, for real. And then I'm getting educated.
Estimate a Samoan woman.
No, man, I'm getting hella educated from y'all. I'm like, totally, because my wife is like, well, you never listen to me. Like, I know, hon, I know. But so where can they find you at, Ella?
Hey, you can find me on Facebook, ella.elisara, or TikTok, Psalm1_beauty. Or you can hit me up in email, ella.elisara@kw.com.
And we're going to post that all on our link, folks. So there you go. Till next time, man, I'm your boy, Putting More with Ella. We are out, baby.
Thank you.